Hello BFC members, welcome back to another Pilates session with me, Caleigh. I am so glad to be back with you guys and hope you've been staying healthy and well since we last had our class. We're going to switch it up a little bit today and incorporate a couple of weighted weights. If you have actual dumbbells, go ahead and grab those now. I'm thinking like 3 to 5 pounds at the most. Usually 3 pounds is pretty good. So because of that, if you don't have weights, you can use water bottles or cans of soup or vegetables, whatever you have laying around, water bottles or bottles of wine, anything that's heavy that you can easily grasp onto. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a second to go and grab those things, or you can pause this video, and then when you've gathered your items, come back to your mat and we'll get started. Let's begin in an all fours position. We're gonna need only one of your weighted props and just have it handy. We'll start here on the mat with our shoulders directly above the line of our wrists and our hips directly above the line of our knees. We'll take an inhale, tilt the tailbone towards the sky, lift the sternum for cow stretch. Exhale, round your spine, push the ground away, look towards your thighs for cat. Inhale, tilt the tailbone, lift the sternum, draw the scapulas away from those ears. Exhale, round your spine, push the ground away, looking towards your thighs. Let's do that 2 more times, just warming up your spine, getting connected to your breath with movement. Exhale, round the spine, hollow the belly. 1 more time, inhale, tilt the tail, lift the sternum. And nice strong exhale, push all that air out of those lungs. Inhale, lengthen out to a neutral straight spine. Extend your right arm and your left leg. Place it all back down and then switch. Alternate continuously at your own tempo. We want to feel that the hand and the knee leave the mat at the same time and come back at the same time. Whichever arm is left supporting you, make sure it's not hyperextending, so there's always a little soft bend in your elbow joints, which will also protect you if you have any sort of wrist issues. On this next one, let's stay extended. Make sure your arm is rotated so that your thumb is facing the ceiling, and let's begin to gently pulse the arm and the leg up and down a few inches, generating your own muscular resistance. Begin to draw a little circle, just warming up those joints, and reverse it. Using your abs to prevent the rest of your body from wiggling. And let's round the spine, pull the elbow and knee together, curl into a tight ball. Inhale, reach it back out. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, reach the spine. And 2 more. Last time, stay extended, reach nice and long, super straight limbs, and place it all down. Let's switch sides. Other arm and leg lift, thumb faces the ceiling. Tiny pulses to begin, generating your own muscular resistance. Draw a little circle, slow and steady. About the size of a tennis ball is good. And reverse your circle. Rounding the spine, pull the elbow and knee together, curl into a tight ball. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, bring your head with you as you round. Inhale, reach. 2 more. And last time. Reach it out nice and long, tight belly, thumb to the sky, and place it all down. All right, grab one of those weighted props. I'm gonna use my water bottle here. You want to make sure that, we'll start with that right hand, that your left shoulder joint is still on top of that left wrist. And we're going to take this right hand up to our hip. From here, small pulses stemming from the shoulder and keeping that wrist straight. So little pulses. Our goal here is to be feeling this in our right tricep muscle. And let's begin to draw a little circle with that right arm. about the size, again, of a tennis ball. Reverse it. Notice if you're sinking through your supporting arms. Stay pushed away from your mat. Starting to feel it. Hopefully you are too. From here, baby tricep kickbacks. Gently bend and extend from that elbow joint. The smaller the bend you take in your elbow, the more you'll feel this through that tricep muscle. If you bend your hand all the way up here, you're giving your tricep a stretch. Versus if you just kind of tease it, little tiny, almost like you're pulsing it, you'll feel it more. Let's keep that right arm straight. Let's pulse it again, moving from the shoulder. Hang in there. And then lifting the arm, flip the palm so it faces down. I want you to bring your weight over your hip, like over your tush. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake it out. Hopefully you felt that. If not, feel free to pause and go grab something that you think might be a little bit heavier. We're gonna switch arms. So taking that weight into your left hand, you've got your shoulder directly above the crease in your wrist. Same thing with your hips directly over your knees. Sometimes people start to hang out back here. Make sure you're staying right on top of yourself. Weight is in the left hand. It's gonna come up to the hip, palm facing in towards you. Small pulses from the shoulder. Looking down, long neck. Keeping your belly button tight to your spine. Let's begin to draw our small circles about the size of a tennis ball. Keeping that hand high by your glutes. Make sure it's not falling down by your thigh. And reversing it. Laser precision accuracy. And baby tricep kickbacks. So gently bend and extend that left elbow. Remember, the smaller the bend, the more bang for your buck when it comes to this tricep. And you can play around and notice the difference between when you really bend that elbow a lot and when you bend it only a little. Keeping your left arm straight, flip your palm so the palm of your hand is facing down. And you're gonna just gently bring that weight over your tush, just a little pulse over the tush. Targets a different head of the tricep. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Setting that prop down so your tush to your heels, reach your arms really far forward into that child's pose. Letting your tush sit close to those heels and rock your hips side to side. Feeling a release through those arms because we've got another set to do up here on all fours. On your next inhale, shift yourself up to an all fours position. We're gonna be using one of our props again, and then I also added a shelf liner here, one of those sticky pads, because these water bottles are slippery on my pants. You can grab a shelf liner, or if you would like to just kind of like roll your pants up, it usually sticks better to your skin. Whatever is gonna work out for you. We're gonna be wedging the prop between our calf and our hamstring, and then coming to an all fours position. From here, we're gonna be lifting up that right thigh, flexing the foot. Gently stamp the right foot up and down on the ceiling. Again, if your prop is slipping and falling, you can always just ditch it. Doing this with your own muscular resistance will create the same effect that we're going for. Point your foot, bring your knee in line with the left one, and then back up. A little lower and lift, lower and lift. And then bringing your knees in line, keeping the distance between your ribs and your hips the same, we're gonna be opening and closing that right knee up to the side and then back to where it was. Like a dog at a fire hydrant. Nothing is being disturbed except for that leg. And keeping that leg lifted, little pulses. leading with the knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place everything down, remove your prop, and let's do the other side. So again, I've got my water bottle still in this shelf liner. I'm gonna wedge my water bottle between my calf and hamstring. Shoulders shift forward above the line of your wrist. Left leg is gonna lift, and we're gonna flex the foot. Gently stamp your foot up and down on the ceiling. Maintaining a long, straight spine. Keeping the back of our neck long, looking down once you guys know what we're doing. Point your foot, bring your knee close to the mat, and then back up to hip height. Tap, lower, and lift. Getting a good glute workout, getting a good shoulder workout. We've been on all fours since we first started, so those shoulders should be toasty, mine certainly are. Let's bring those knees in line with each other. From here, open and close the knee to the side. Think dog at a fire hydrant. Be careful you don't dump all your weight to one side. Keep even weight through those arms. And keeping that leg lifted, little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place everything down. Go ahead and remove that prop. You can move it up in front of you here. Let's take a downward facing dog. Tuck those toes under, lift those hips up, downward dog. Paddle out. Take any movements, alternating, bending those knees, stretching those calves, stretching those hammies. Walk your big toes together to touch. Take your shoulders, shift them forward above your wrist, coming into a high plank position. Wide fingers, heels high over the toes. There's a slight scoop of your tailbone, so we're not sagging through our lumbar spine here. Keep your back really straight. And from this position, begin to rock forwards and backwards, moving only from your shoulders and your ankles. The rest of your body stays the same position. And begin to draw a circle with your body, as if you have a pencil sticking straight out of your belly button, down onto the floor. Draw that circle. And reverse it. Toasty toast with those shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pausing in this high plank. Gently place the knees down. Untuck the toes and take your child's pose. Again, feel free to wiggle those hips side to side to release your spine. Okay. Coming back up to an all fours position. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, take your downward facing dog. Let's keep the feet apart a decent amount, perhaps as wide as your mat. Take your shoulders and slide them forward above your wrist. One of your props should be handy, hopefully it is. We're gonna go ahead and grab for it with our right hand. From here, we're going to lift the right weight towards our right armpit and then back to the mat. To the armpit, back to the mat. 5, you got it, 4, 3, 2, 1. Replace the prop, hands come down, holding this plank, belly is tight. Let's grab it with that left hand, pulling that left hand to the armpit. Narrow row. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Replace the prop, replace your hand. Let's take it down to the knees, take a child's pose. Good work. That's a tough one. All right, let's go into a modified plank. If you prefer, you can also do a full plank. We're gonna be doing some tricep push-ups that will ultimately lead us down onto the floor. So make sure you have space in front of you. We'll be on our knees together, feet lift up, shift the pelvis down into this modified plank. Let's do somewhere between 5 and 10 tricep push-ups. That's an inhale to lower down. It's an exhale to press back up. Inhale down, exhale up. Elbows grazing the sides of the ribs. Only go down as far as you can comfortably. And when you finish your last one of however many you're doing, you're gonna slowly lower yourself all the way down to the mat onto your belly. Once you're down here, you'll separate your feet about as wide as your mat, and you'll grab both of your props. We'll extend the arms forward in front of us, so we're really long, and I'm gonna turn these upright. From this position, we're gonna lift up the arms, the legs, and the chest, and put it all back down. Lift everything up into a hover, then put it all back down, and lift and lower. Certainly you can do this without the props if this feels a little intense, too intense for your liking. Please remember to keep your core tight as you lift. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Feel free to bend the knees. Let the feet windshield wiper side to side to give yourself a little breather. Okay. If you've got lots of space, bring your arms out to the side. From this position, pretend my hands are on the ground. We're gonna lift our arms, legs, and chest up, and then everything touches the ground. We lift and lower. So it's the same exercise, except for our arms are to the side instead of in front of us. Let's go for 3, and 2, and 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Again, feel free to bend your knees. Let your feet windshield wiper side to side. We got one more variation of that. This time around, hands are gonna come all the way back by your thighs. And from here, you're gonna bring your feet a little bit closer together, but they don't have to be touching. You're gonna start by lifting up your chest a little bit, roll your shoulders down your back, and we're gonna lift everything up and put everything back down. Lift everything up, put it all back down. Extending that spine, shining that collarbone nice and broad. Let's go for 3, and 2. The last one here, we're gonna hold, reach even longer, point your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and place everything back down. You can bring your props in front of you. Let's press ourselves back into a child's pose, sitting your hips to your heels, releasing your spine after all that work. Let's go ahead and come to a seated position. You can sit however is going to be most comfortable for you. Crisscross or 2 straight legs, or perhaps if you want to sit in an actual chair, whatever works out for you. We are going to need both of our props today for this. Again, if you need something heavier, go ahead and have it handy. We're going to be doing low weights, but high repetitions. So this might start off really light, but it's going to get really tough pretty quickly. So hang in there if you feel like this is a little too easy. We'll start holding onto our props with our hands just slightly in front of our body, kind of by our knees, with our palms of the hands facing forward. Exhale to lift the arms to shoulder height. Inhale to come back down. Exhale, shoulder height. Inhale, back down. So we're sitting nice and tall with a long spine. Good. Working just as hard on the way up, just as hard on the way down. So there's no free rides here. On the next one, keep your arms at shoulder height. Small pulses up and down a few inches, generating your own resistance here along with these weights. Tiny circles from the shoulder. Again, nice, precise movements. And reversing it. You should be feeling this through your biceps and the tops of the shoulders by now. Little pulses, just straight up and down, tiny pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbows in, take a quick rest. If you need a longer rest, feel free. Otherwise, here we go. Exhale to press the arms forward. Inhale to bend the arms back in. Exhale forward. Inhale, bend. Palms of those hands are flat, facing towards the ceiling. Good. And bring the arms forward, open, close, and bend it back in. Forward, open, close, and bend it back in. Forward, open the chest, close, and return. You got it. Nothing else is moving except for your arms. Spine is long and strong. Next one, we're gonna end with our arms to the side, palms face the ceiling, small pulses, moving from the shoulder. Notice my elbows are just slightly bent. I don't want anybody hyperextending their elbows here, it's scary. Don't do that, it's also bad for your joints. Soft bend. Flip the palms, palms face down. Good. Little circles from the shoulder. Reverse it. Take breaks as you need. I'll be here. Flip the palms back up to face the ceiling. Some bicep curls. Working hard to keep those elbows lifted in line with your shoulders. So we're not down here. Keep them up. Thinking of curling your weights kind of towards your ears. Bring those arms back out to the side, palms face the ceiling. We lift the arms all the way up, flip the palms away from us, come down to shoulder height. Flip the palms, lift them up, flip the palms, lower them down. So palms face the ceiling as we lift up, palms face the ground as we lower down. And keeping those palms down, little pulses again. And flip them again. And 5 curls. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake it out. Oh my God. Ah, the terrible itch. Next set will be much shorter. From here, we're gonna bring our arms into a bench press position, palms facing forward. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, bend. Exhale up, inhale, bend. As you're extending those arms upwards, I want you to feel the fronts of those ribs knit together a little bit tighter. Little pulses up and down. Then full range all the way up and down again. Nice, easy neck up top. You guys are doing great. Finish strong with me. Elbows bent. From here, you're gonna fold the weights downwards and then back up. Flip them down and up. So my elbows are staying frozen in space at the same pivot point. Good. Keeping those weights up from here. Close and open. Close and open. Body's still staying strong, spine is long. And keeping those arms rotated outwards, give me little pulses, raising that roof. And let's go all the way up for last 5. These are our last 4. You got it. 3 and 2. And last time. Great job, you guys. Give yourselves a little shoulder rub, a little clap. Good job. You can set those weights off to the side. We'll come back to them. I want us to do a little ab series similar to what we did last time. We are going to scoot forward towards the front of our mat, 2 straight legs with flexed feet, arms coming forward. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll down onto your back, 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale to bring your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders and roll yourself all the way back up. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, roll it down piece by piece. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, lift the head, roll it back up. 2 more. This should feel really good after everything we just did. And again. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, roll it down just a quarter of the way. Small pumps here with those arms. Breathing in through the nose for 5 quick counts. Out through the mouth for 5 quick counts. Just the arms lift and lower. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Keep the arms lifted to the ceiling, pulse the body. And keeping those arms lifted to the ceiling, roll yourself all the way down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Arms to the sky, legs to tabletop, knees over hips. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, chest lift up, hands by your sides for the 100s. Firmly pumping the arms, we're breathing in through the nose for 5 quick counts. Out through the mouth for 5 quick counts. We're working in an imprint, keeping our lower back flat. If you can maintain that, go ahead and extend your legs out straight. Lower legs is harder, higher legs is easier. So if you need this to be easier, please lift your legs higher. Last big inhale in through the nose. Exhale to tabletop, hands to the outsides of our shins. Double leg stretch. Inhale to reach your limbs away. Exhale, circle to the shins. Inhale to reach. Exhale to circle. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle. The next time, stay extended. Little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees to your chest. Breathe and rest. Coming back to tabletop, curling up into your chest, lift hands to the outsides of the shins. Take single leg stretch. Grab one knee as the other leg reaches out straight, and then switch and switch. Stopping those knees above those hips. Continue with your legs. Bring your hands behind the head, elbows wide. Crisscross, opposite elbow coming towards opposite knee. Twisting through those ribs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees to your chest and rest. Let's go ahead and extend the legs out straight along the mat. Bring 2 straight arms up to the ceiling, flexed feet. Take an inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Roll yourself all the way up. And take a nice big forward fold over those legs. Okay, let's make our way to seated. We're gonna do mermaid stretch. So we will have our right shin bone up in front of us, parallel to the long end of your mat. And then your left shin bone is parallel to the short end of your mat. Okay? Your right hand's gonna come down to the ground. Your left arm is gonna come up to the sky. From here, we're gonna come down to elbow and forearm as we take a big, glorious side bend. I want you to feel a long stretch from your fingertips overhead all the way through the waist down into your hip. And coming all the way up, grabbing onto your shin bone with your left hand. Take a big side bend over. Should feel good. Again, reaching long out of those fingertips. And let's repeat. Coming down onto your right elbow and forearm, left arm comes up and over, create a long line from your left fingertips to your left hip, reaching, breathing. And coming all the way up, grabbing onto that front shin bone, pull yourself over. And coming up. Good, let's switch legs. So it should be your left shin that comes up in front of you, your right shin that is parallel to the short end of your mat. You're gonna reach your right arm up and bend to the left. Long stretch. And coming up from there, grab onto your front knee and pull yourself up and over, creating some space through those ribs. And let's repeat, coming back down onto your left elbow and forearm, Right arm reaches up and over. Make sure you're not sinking into your bottom shoulder. Stay nice and engaged, just like when we were on all fours. Coming back up, we've got our counter stretch, grabbing onto your shin or your knee and reaching up and over. Coming up, extend 2 straight legs long in front of you here. Flex feet, take an inhale, sweep both arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold over those legs, reaching for those toes. Make sure your shoulders are not jammed up into your ears. Anchor them away from those ears. Rolling yourself up to an upright position. Bend your left knee and place it on the outside of your right thigh. So the left foot went to the outside of the right. Then you're gonna twist towards your knee, bringing your right elbow to the outside of your knee, and then you're gonna twist, gazing behind your back. Untwisting, re-extend your leg straight, bend your right knee, place your right foot to the outside of your left leg, twisting towards the knee, so you twist towards your right hand comes behind the back, left elbow comes to the outside of the knee, and gazing over that shoulder. And gently untwisting, re-extend your legs long in front of you. Let's take one more big inhale in, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold over those legs. Relaxing, let your head hang heavy. Take an inhale, lift the chest, shine the collarbone forward. Exhale, forward fold a little bit deeper. And when you're ready, slowly restack your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Letting your head be the very last thing to arrive, shrugging your shoulders up, down, and back. And you guys are all done today. Thank you so much for joining me. Excellent, excellent work. I know that was a tougher workout, but you guys did awesome, I'm sure of it. And stay healthy, stay happy, keep moving, keep breathing. And soon you guys will be back at the field before you even know it. I'll see you guys around. Bye.